Let's begin this afternoon's broadcast from the Volta region, where President John Mahama says his administration will implement measures to bring interest rates on agricultural loans down to single digits. He notes that the current lending environment makes it extremely difficult for farmers to make meaningful returns on their work. Addressing the 41st Farmers' Day celebration in Ho, the president described high-interest loans as one of the biggest challenges confronting farmers across the country. And according to him, the high cost of borrowing forces many farmers to work for the bank rather than themselves. A situation, he says, is slowing national progress towards food security and expanded agricultural production. We'll hear from President John Mahama soon, but first, the overall best farmer, 82-year-old Abraham Kweku Edusei, who is calling for more support for farmers nationwide. Listen to him.
Farmer 2025. The overall National Best Farmer 2025 is an 82-year-old man from Kwewu Afram Plains South District. He's been farming for 44 years. He has 1,000 acres of cocoa, 293 acres of mango, 30 acres of cashew, and so many more. He's from the Eastern region, and he will be getting today 1.2 million Ghana cedis. 1.2 million Ghana cedis, I think is 12 billion, sorry. And he's from the Eastern region. He's getting, and he's also from Kwewu Afram Plains, 12 billion old Ghana cedis. And the cash is here right now. And he, the winner for the overall National Best Farmer, is Openyi Abraham Kweku Edusei, National Best Farmer. He's 82 years old, and he will be supported by the management, the Managing Director of ADB, and the Managing Director of Sino Machinery. And he will be getting, and he's supported by ADB. The check is supported by the ADB. That is the National Best Farmer 2025. He's also getting one brand new tractor. He's getting power tillers. He's getting motorized spray, and so many more. That is the National Best Farmer 2025. Opening Abraham Kweku Edusei, 1.2 million Ghana cedis by ADB.
And we can now hear from President John Mahama, who says his administration will implement measures to bring interest rates on agricultural loans down to single digits.
And so government will continue to support farmers. And I particularly was impressed by our female farmers and fishers. Just that the title of your organization is a bit jaw-breaking, Gafafao. I've still been trying to learn how to say Gafafao. But of course, the Gafafao reflects how powerful the organization is. And I believe that they raise very important issues to do with focusing on women agriculturists who are into farming and fishing, by giving them credit to be able to produce more, and giving them the credit at the right interest rate. Currently, capital and credit that is available to our farmers is at such an interest rate that if they take a loan, they virtually will be working for the bank, not for themselves. And so one of our prime objectives is how to get credit to our farmers at the best possible rate. I saw one of the members of the Ghana National Association of Farmers and Fishermen holding a placard that said single-digit interest rate. I agree with you. Credit for agriculture must be at single-digit interest rate. And so this government is going to work to bring that interest rate below 10% so that farmers can have access to cheaper credit to be able to produce more for us to feed ourselves. I like the theme of this year's Farmers' Day because it says we should feed Ghana, we should eat Ghana in order to secure our future. As the minister said, our food import bill of about 3 billion is still too high. And so we need to grow more food for ourselves. And we can only do this if we provide a market for our farmers.
And the Minister for Food and Agriculture, Eric Opoku, says government interventions in the sector are not only strengthening the country's food systems, but are also directly transforming households by boosting incomes and improving food security for millions of families.
The past 11 months, the Ministry of Food and Agriculture has laid a solid foundation for agricultural transformation. All our actions have been informed by science, and we believe that collaboration between the research institutions and the Ministry of Food and Agriculture is indispensable for the achievement of food and nutrition security. As a ministry, we have worked tirelessly to advance the vision of agricultural transformation under the Feed Ghana program. The program has begun delivering tangible results through expanded irrigation development, mechanization support, seed and fertilizer distribution reforms, livestock improvement initiatives, and strengthened value chain development. These interventions are not abstract policy ideas. They are transforming rural livelihoods, increasing productivity, and creating opportunities for farmers, especially women and the youth. We acknowledge with deep appreciation the private sector institutions that continue to demonstrate confidence in Ghana's agriculture. Agricultural Development Bank, ADB, Exim Bank, Stanbic Bank, Glyco General, Agra, Development Bank Ghana, Bon Agro, AMG Ghana, Sino Machinery, Theft Agro, iFarm Agro Machinery Limited, and many others have shown exemplary commitment to supporting this year's celebration through sponsorship, insurance protection for award winners, and investment in the agricultural value chain.
And President Mahama also urged Ghanaians, particularly salaried workers, to consider agric as an additional revenue stream, emphasizing that farming is not exclusive preserve of rural dwellers or full-time farmers.
The thing about agriculture is you can do another job and still be a farmer. And so teachers, nurses, doctors, civil servants, you can go to work at the same time you can have a farm to supplement your income. And so don't think that it's only the village folk and our poor fathers and mothers in the village who must be full-time farmers. When we went to lunch in Nkukon Ketekete, there was this young man who came. And he had received, I think, 1,000 birds. And when he had finished growing them, he went to sell them, and he had made over 100,000 cedis for himself. Meanwhile, this was a trained nurse. He had finished school and not been posted yet. So he said, look, while I'm waiting for posting, let me start rearing chicken. And so they asked him, they said, okay, now that you're making 100,000 from your poultry farm at every cycle, when your posting comes, will you go and work as a nurse? And his answer was, I will think about it. Agriculture is profitable. And agriculture brings good incomes. And that's why, even as president, I am a farmer. And so everybody can be a farmer. And I encourage all my appointees, government officials, please procure some land. You can plant oil palm. If you do 10 acres of oil palm or 20 acres of oil palm, you'll be surprised that it will give you more money than the salary you take every year. And so let us all invest and be able to produce so that we can supplement our incomes. I also want to commend the U.S. government. Recently, they have lifted the tariffs that they imposed on us for agricultural products.
That's President John Dramani Mahama speaking at the Farmers' Day celebration in Ho. Let's get updates from our correspondents across the country. Let's begin in the Volta regional capital, Ho, where Ivy Setoji is standing by with the latest. And before we get Ivy Setoji, let's bring in Anas Sabit, who is joining us as well. Anas, of course, the national event has wrapped up. We've been hearing from President John Dramani Mahama. How was the celebration held in your region?
Well, here in the district, the event was held in the Sine West district, precisely in the district capital, Kwanta. So, and of course, up to 40, cities were onboarded with the inclusion of the best junior high school, the best senior high school, and agriculture.
Anas, I can barely hear you. I can barely hear you. If you can kindly reposition yourself.
So what I was saying is that the event was held here in Kwamidam, in the Sine West district, and what is changed is the inclusion of schools who are already into the practical agriculture system. We have best junior high school, best primary school, and the best senior high school all receiving awards, and we have other categories also, including the best medium farmer, best youth farmer, and then the overall farmer. We have also the best in terms of disability farmer. But the best farmer has been calling government to come to their aid by, the best in education according to the rate.
That's Anas Sabit reporting to us from Techiman in the Bono East region. We'll be crisscrossing the country once again with our various correspondents. But in the meantime, the Wild West District Director of Food and Agric, Rashid Ibrahim, has highlighted key challenges farmers faced during this year's farming season and called on the government for increased support.
These farmers face, first and foremost, is rainfall. The district unfortunately experienced some kind of erratic rainfall. The distribution was no good. And also the issue of high cost of farming inputs like fertilizer, the improved seeds and others. The farmers also complain about the high cost. Some of them could not access them. And largely they are also complaining about those who have been able to produce, also complaining about lack of market. Many of them are saying that the produce have very low market this time. So if they sell what they have produced, they will even be struggling to break even, let alone making profit. So going ahead, what I will advise is that the government should try and then 2026 heavily subsidize farming inputs for our farmers to be able to do good farming and feed the nation.
You have the issue of maize glut in this year. People are complaining there's a lot of maize in the system, but they think that it isn't the best.
It's not that much glut. The complaints we have, the bags are just some few, not that high. But we have complaints, yes, but it's not a serious. It's not as serious as we just describe it as a glut. Yes.
So tell me, what is exciting about today? About what things that the people are bringing to exhibit? What is exciting?
What is exciting is that we are happy of our farmers. Despite all these challenges, have been able to produce, and they are bringing food items like maize, granules. Even I saw plantain there. Plantain is not usually cultivated here, but our farmers have made the efforts to produce those ones, and they are here. Some have brought very nice animals to exhibit. So I'm very excited, and the farmers are equally excited. All our workers are happy about what is going on now today.
Thank you very much, Ibrahim Rashid.
Thank you too. Thank you too.
Let's stay a while in the Upper West region and speak to our correspondent Rafiq Salam, who's joining us with more. Rafiq, what more can you tell us concerning today's Farmers' Day celebration in the region?
The event in the Upper West region took place at all 11 municipal and districts in the region. So the regional event took place at Buri in the famous Buri Isa district, where Upper West Regional Minister Charles Wong was there himself. And then also other district capitals, other districts or municipalities in the region also had the day observed in different locations. I happen to find myself somewhere around Siriri in the West district of the Upper West region where the event took place. And so here we are talking about 19 farmers that were awarded at this particular event, including the best female farmer and also persons with disabilities were really awarded in this particular occasion. And so also in the Lamuse district, the event also took place at there. So now let me give you some account of what actually has transpired at some of these. Let's talking about the West Asiriri. Nuruddin Ibrahim was awarded as the overall best farmer in the West district. When you move to a place like Dafiema, we say when you move to a place like Lamusi, we have a Sulu Fesu, who's a 44-year-old farmer. He's from Puku, near Kukuya community, and he's been farming for the past 25 years. He's married with 5 kids. And so that's really exciting in the Upper West region. But where I was at Siriri, there was really a lot of excitement for the people who won the award. But at least the people who thought that they have lost in this particular occasion is the Siriri people. They thought that they call it post and win. At the end of the day, none of their people won an award.
Rafiq Salam, thank you very much. He's reporting to us from Wa in the Upper West region. Now, the chief of Pelugu in the Nabdam district, Nabsori Sobil IV, has been named the Upper East Regional Best Farmer. He earned the honor for his extensive experience in cultivating maize, millet, sorghum, and several other crops, as well as rearing cattle, goats, sheep, and pigs. For his prize, he received a tricycle, 15 bags of fertilizer, and assorted farm implements. In his speech, Nab Sobil lamented the recurring food gluts and urged the government to support farmers nationwide with access to all that they need for their produce.
Of the NDC, under his leadership of President John Dramani Mahama, that today we are proud to be recipients of this year's the 41st National Farmers Day. I think I'm very, very proud to be associated to this year's Farmers Day. But one thing that I want to seek to appeal to the government is that farming is lucrative. It's a lucrative job, but very difficult. I started farming at my young age, and I'm still into it. Today, I've received my hard-working effort. My effort has been acknowledged today, and I want to thank the regional minister and thank everybody who is here and my colleagues farmers. Let us continue to push for our right. Today is our day, and we're all here. We're all gathered here to celebrate our effort. But I want to appeal to the government through the regional minister that they should look at we the farmers. It is not easy that you have your farm inputs lying there and you cannot get market for it. Minister spoke about why the local cost selling 10 cities, but the KK is about 5 cities and 7 cities. Can you imagine the farmer suffering all this while? Then you bring your farm produce home. The KK seller has come to you, bought a bag of corn like 300, 400 cities. Then you can imagine one ball of KK selling at 5 cities. How many balls of KK can the one bag produce? So we the farmers are suffering. So I want to appeal to the government to take a good look at this. To help us, so that we can also help. I don't think there's anybody in this world who doesn't take food. And all the food that they are taking is the effort of a farmer. They eat meat, we eat whatever. It is the farmer that is feeding the whole world. And for that matter, Ghana is inclusive. So I want to appeal to the government to take a good look into it. Then the initiative of Feed Ghana, Eat Ghana, Secure Ghana, or Secure the Future is all about food. So how is the farmer going to benefit from this thing? I think that it is our time to also cry loud for the president and the government of the NDC to come to our aid. Thank you very much. And the media, I'm very grateful to all of you. Thank you.
Let's head to the Upper East region to speak to our correspondent, Albert Sorry, for more. Albert, how did the celebrations in your region go?
The Upper East Regional Farmers' Day event took place at the Bolgatanga Senior High School Park in the Talense district. They basically combined the regional hosting of the event together with the Talense district event, where a number of farmers received various awards for their effort in agriculture. For the regional awards, we had more than over a dozen category awards being presented to various farmers. And then for the main awards, we had about 6 of them, including the overall Best Farmer Award, which started with the 3rd and 2nd runner-ups, and then the overall Best Farmer, which Napsir Sorsobil the 4th won today. As you heard, basically the call has been for government to make access to market for farm produce very easy for farmers, because a lot of them are producing and bringing the produce to the markets or to the stores, and they are not getting the right price for their produce. And that has been the general call from most of the farmers here in the Upper East region.
Albert, sorry, thank you very much. That's our Upper East regional correspondent. Let's now head to the Western region to get the latest from Inathalia Kwanzaa. Inathalia, how have the people in the Western region been responding to today's Farmers' Day celebration?
Been a joyous moment. It was held in the Ahanta West municipality, precisely Akuna. And you see farmers coming from all over the municipalities, coming with their farm produce and all that. But in as much as they had come with farm produce, one of the issues that had really come up in this year's Farmers' Day in the Western region has to do with the constant takeaway of lands from farmers by activities of illegal miners. I mean, everybody knows how prevalent these illegal mining activities is within the Western region.
Right.
And so this is one thing that both the farmers and then the regional director of agriculture, Nana Benyin, has spoken vehemently against that. Government should, he knows government is working, but there should be more stringent measures in order to make sure that we secure our farmlands. Because if that is not done, yes, Western region feeds the country, but I mean, time with time, we may lose that title of being the basketry for food production in the country. And so this is how it has been over dozens of farmers awarded. There was that kind of joy. And then there was also the issue of seeing the Nkoko and Kitten project within the Western region. So this is one of the core that has come true during the Farmers' Day here in the Western region.
Inathalia is our resident correspondent in the Western region. Thank you. Meanwhile, former Agric Minister and MPP flag-bearer hopeful Brian Champon has paid glowing tribute to Ghana's farmers, calling them the backbone of the nation's food security and economy. He said recent bumper harvests stem from his targeted interventions, noting in a statement that cancelling the cocoa syndication agreement, ensuring timely fertilizer distribution, expanding irrigation projects, and raising the cocoa producer price from about 800 cedis to 3,000 Ghana cedis per bag have all strengthened farmers' livelihoods and contributed to the current glut. Let's bring you details of what he has been saying in his statement.
Farmer 2025, the overall national
Statement from the former Minister for Food and Agriculture, and he says that Dr. Brani Champon points to the historic improvement in cocoa farmers' livelihoods, with the producer price of cocoa rising from around 800 cedis per bag to 3,000 cedis per bag during his tenure. And he said that, acknowledging that challenges remain, including post-harvest losses, limited access to finance, and the need for modern technology and climate-smart practices, Dr. Brani Champon has outlined his vision to build a sector that is resilient, innovative, and profitable for every farmer. His plan, he says, includes investing in mechanization and digital tools to make farming more efficient, creating stronger value chains so that what is grown in Ghana is processed in Ghana. And Dr. Brani Champon has affirmed that these steps will transform agriculture from sustenance to prosperity, ensuring that farming becomes not just a way of survival, but a pathway to wealth creation and national pride. He concludes by saying "Ayiko" to all our farmers and adding that Ghana is grateful. And that's how we end today's edition of The Pulse. Thank you very much for watching. We have more exclusive content coming up for you. Most especially is the World Cup 2026 draw. It will be live on our various channels as well. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Kenneth Jesse. Enjoy your holiday.